My video for October the 10th, 2018, video number 2871, is entitled, Shape of Earth Has Nothing to Do with Human Liberation. There is a new religion that has been sweeping the planet for a while now. While adherents do not consider it a religion, the actions of many within the movement are very judgmental in regard to those who have a different point of view. I have been harassed by several of these fundamentalists and was forced to block them. YouTube apparently still lets them comment on my videos. I just do not see the comments. When my friend Steve recommended Ronald Farnham to me, I listened to his entire Project Camelot interview. It was interesting, and I looked forward to making a video with him. Then, as I read comments by him on his Facebook page, I realized that he is part of the Flat Earth religion. I'm not into arguing with anyone over this nonsense. Salvation is about love, not the shape of the planet. Mr. Farnham is right to say it takes action, not just belief. The action we must take is to build bridges and take down walls, not erect new barriers to cooperation. Until our focus changes, I'm not even sure God can help us. Of course, not everyone, but a significant number is apparently required. When will we stop being sidetracked by nonsense and come together for the sake of human survival? I hope soon. I was very disappointed when I saw the comments on Ronald's Facebook page in which someone was attacking him for his flat earth beliefs, and he was staunchly defending the flat earth beliefs, and there was a whole argument between two people that was going on right there on his Facebook page. And of course I didn't know that when I listened to the Project Camelot thing with Kerry Cassidy. I don't think that even was touched on or hinted at, that he's a flat earther. But I have had run-ins with a numerous number of flat earthers telling me to take the globe down in the back that you see behind me, and that has been on many of my videos for quite a while. Virtually all of them, except for a period of time when I had a very close friend who was asking me if I had explored the flat earth teachings, that the earth has four corners and it's a flat surface, and obviously with mountains and everything, but that if it was round, the water would just run off. They don't take into consideration the gravitational pull that holds everything together, that it's a spinning ball. But anyway, because I had a close friend that encouraged me to explore that, I took time to actually explore the flat earth, what they were saying about it. And I was considering it for a while, and during that period of time, which didn't last very long, I don't remember exactly how long it lasted, a week maybe or so, I really don't know. But then I remembered the man who, with his father, sailed from Norway to the North Pole and went through the earth and found civilizations, or a civilization, within the center of the earth. The earth was hollow, and there was a ball of light in the center of it that gave forth light. And there was a whole experience there. And Admiral Byrd, when he died, his diaries were released by his family, by his son, I believe. And he talked about going into the center of the earth and meeting with inhabitants that lived inside the planet, inside of Earth. Okay, so I had two firsthand, one firsthand, one secondhand through the son, testimony of the earth being a hollowed out ball, okay? Not a flat surface. And I personally have traveled by airplane across the Pacific Ocean from California to Australia and back again, of course. And I flew over the Pacific Ocean. Now, of course, from our vantage point of being on the surface of the planet, we don't see the curvature, but you certainly do see it if you get up high enough. And they have shot images of the Earth, and it shows a ball. Now, some say that those images are doctored images, and the stuff that NASA put out are not real. That when we sent rockets up that got out of the gravitation of the Earth, it showed a ball, but that was an entrapment. That was not real. That was not true. Well, I think there's a lot of things we don't know. That's a given. There's a lot of things we don't know. But I do know this. I'm not going to argue with people over the shape of the planet. If you want to believe the Earth is flat and has four corners, that's fine. The Bible mentions the four corners of the Earth in at least one place, maybe more than one. But in any case, that is not what's going to redeem humanity. That's not going to lift us to a higher awareness, a higher spiritual plateau where we can actually be transformed and to transform human society. It doesn't matter. But it does matter that we stop butting heads with each other and fighting over things that don't have any relevance to redeeming humanity. The redemption of humanity, if everybody believed in the flat earth and we still had the corruption that Ronald Farnham points out, if we still had all that government and corruption, that mind control system, we'd still be enslaved. Believing in the flat earth doesn't change anything. It just doesn't. And so many other things. We get bogged down in the non-essentials and we miss the fine point that we're supposed to even love our enemies. That's why I don't call even for the destruction of Hillary and the cabal, the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers and these people that I am fully convinced have an evil intention and they do not will good for humanity. They want to keep humanity enslaved, and they're part of a demonic thing as far as I'm concerned. But I would still want them to be able to repent and be forgiven. I do not look for the annihilation or judgment as in condemnation of anyone. I'd like everyone to be given an opportunity to repent, including the people that have all these sealed indictments against them. I don't know what that's going to actually bring about. There's been promises of a currency revaluation and all sorts of promises that would indicate positive change and moving in a direction that's going to free us as human beings. But none of it ever happens because the same control grid still manages to keep in place. And there are things that Trump and his followers wanted to see happen, but he's not been able to bring it about in the couple years since his election. And we're coming up on another election. And of course, the Democrats are furious trying to stop Trump and this Supreme Court thing. Hearings was ridiculous, some of the things that were coming out in that. Folks, when are we going to understand that by this shall all men know that you are my disciples, if you love one another? And we weren't just told to love our friends and those that agree with us. We were told to love our enemies. Love those that persecute you and say all manner of evil against you falsely. For that's how they've always spoken of the prophets and the seers. We need to stop the bondage, but we can't do that without knowing the truth. And the shape of the earth is not the truth that we have to know. Anyway, I appreciate you taking the time to listen, and I do hope you share this video. Thank you, and namaste.